guys, I'm so happy to have you here, the Greenhouse family in Rome, Italy. Welcome, how are you guys? Olaf and JOA?
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Let me ask you, how did you guys meet and start then Greenhouse? How was Greenhouse started?
Well, Greenhouse started in the 90s basically, when Arjan Roskam, he started the Greenhouse Seed Company, and he had some great new strains, and then in 1992 he started the first coffee shop, the Greenhouse in the Tolstraat, and he entered the High Times Cannabis Cup in 1993, and he won that one, so from that moment it became pretty big. You know, I joined them in 1996. Olaf was already there, and from that time we're still together.
Nice. So, what have you seen the evolution since you have been in the cannabis industry since the 90s? What has changed? What is evolved since those times?
Well, in Holland we have the coffee shops where you can buy the weed kind of in a complicated system where the product is still illegal, but the politicians kind of decided it's better, you know, you can buy weed in a normal way in a safe place than that you go to an illegal dealer and buy hard drugs, you know. So that system worked really well. So for a long time we were kind of the only place in the world where you could easily go to a coffee shop, buy weed and smoke it, you know.
Since now, you know, we have Canada that has legalized, a few states in the US have legalized, some medical, some recreational. Europe, it's a target of all these companies, these big companies. So what do you expect for the next few years?
No, yeah, I mean, I think what really helped the industry was that America was getting more legalized in the States. In the late 90s, basically, it started in America. Then Canada is the second country that basically legalized cannabis after Uruguay. All this really helped also for the European point of view from the politicians to say, okay, maybe it's not as bad as we think, or we always say. So that I think for the next couple of years that will continue. I think recreational is still a little bit far away. But yeah, I think that is the coming years medical will be more approved in all the countries in Europe.
And you see countries that you would normally never expect to talk about cannabis, like Thailand, are starting to
Turkey
legalize.
Even
exactly.
thinking
And
about
yeah, even in the Philippines they are talking about it, which is already amazing that they are doing that. You know, so it's not only close by in Europe, but in the whole world it's going on.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what about CBD? CBD has been like a trend for the last 2 to 3 years. Many people before probably didn't even know about CBD, and now everyone is talking about big pharma companies, big cosmetic companies. Now looks like CBD is everywhere, all around. In Italy, it's been really crazy since, you know, we passed the law. CBD stores have been popping out everywhere. This is in places where it's not legal. The height you see CBD. So, what do you think about these new cannabinoids and how it will shape the whole industry?
Yeah, well, I think we talk about CBD now. Of course, THC is what everybody knows. CBD is the last 3-4 years it came up. I mean, it's a great cannabinoid, and if you see that it helps people against pain, against skin diseases, help people sleep. Especially, I think for us it's important that an older generation has an access to it and understands now and see that it's not as bad as what was basically said for the last 30-40 years by the government. So I think it's a great step also to THC, as we all know. It is one of the 140 cannabinoids that are available in the plant, and there's much more for us to see. We talk about CBD, but there's also CBN, and
CBG.
Yeah, THCV. There's so many cannabinoids that probably have some good effects on the body, of the human body.
We have noticed this as well. Our customer in our CBD stores, you know, they are older people, a lot of women, you know, they're not looking for the high, but they're looking, you know, for the medical benefits of the CBD. So we think also.
I think also, you know, when if you look Everybody wants now, especially in America, it's very high THC, over 22%. You know, when I drink my glass of wine, I'm going for the taste. So for me, a low THC is also good. But yeah, for you maybe you want a high THC. So it's for everybody. There's something.
Let's talk about your taste, guys. So, what's your favorite strain, man? And yours as well.
My favorite strain is definitely the Hawaiian Snow. I like it very much, besides the Super Lemon Haze. But if, like Olaf said with the wine, if I really want to have a nice, enjoyable joint, I like the Hawaiian Snow. I like the taste very much. And it is such a nice sativa with a nice, beautiful high.
Nice. I tried that in your club in Barcelona.
Yes.
It was super nice. Got
Yeah,
me all creative.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely. Yeah.
For me, it depends on the moment. I have to say, it's for me Hawaiian Snow is one of the nicest ones. For me, it's like a roller coaster. One moment you're really high and then you go down. It's like a really bit like a roller. Super Lemon Haze, Silver Pill from the past is also a really nice strain. For me personally, it's more sativa than indicas, but you know, if you go for rosin and a nice kush, I mean, the taste is incredible.
Yeah.
Nice. So now the old trend, since cannabis is legal, you know, we have been seeing extractions, the return of hash, extracts, Californian weed. And do you like all these extracts, dabs and walks, or your traditional joint lover?
Yeah, like Olaf said, with some extractions you can really taste the flavors and everything. You know, I like that. I think the good vape pens are perfect for some situations. You know, in
when you
situations where you
travel,
can't smoke. So and same with edibles, for example. You know, in places where you can't smoke, then for me the edibles are a very good alternative. But in the end, if I can just choose, I would still roll the joint, the traditional joint.
Same here, same here.
Yeah, for me not. I prefer like the pens, edibles I like. It depends again on the moment, you know.
So last question about Franco. You know, he's a person that is well known in the cannabis industry, especially for cannabis lovers. You know, we have been looking at all his videos about his research, his love for the plant. His departure was a real bad thing for all of us. Could you tell us a nice anecdote to share with our followers and viewers?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, first of all, for us it was also a really big drama, and still is, of course, because it's not that long ago. He was very active in Congo at that moment, working with the government, you know, to see which genetics would be good to maybe treat malaria in the future. So the fact that he died of malaria was super hard. And also then afterwards we had to deal with the loss of a really good friend and a partner, and also an important grower in the company, you know, so that the whole thing was really difficult for all of us. But of course we had some really good times with Franco, and all, so the memories are all there. Nice. And a lot of them are on video, and so that's really cool. And I had one time with Franco, we were traveling for the Strain Hunter movie in Morocco, and we were sleeping somewhere in the farm between the goats and everything. And then in the evening, it was really late already, and we had to get up at 5 or 6 in the morning. And he was rolling 3 joints, you know. I was saying like, why are you smoking 3 joints? We're gonna go to sleep in a minute. Well, one is for now. And then one is for when I wake up in the middle of the night, and then the other one is for when I wake up in the morning, you know, and that was Franco, you know.
Fantastic. Right, guys, thank you so much for visiting us here at our farm in MamaMary, and we are really happy to be, you know, together and show you around what's going on. Let's roll. Yeah.